Crisis Caravan: The True Lives of Humanitarian Aid Workers by Linda Polman is a thought-provoking and eye-opening account of the realities faced by those who dedicate their lives to providing aid in some of the world's most dangerous and conflict-ridden regions. Polman, a Dutch journalist, spent several years embedded with various humanitarian organizations, including Doctors Without Borders, MSF, the International Rescue Committee, IRC, and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, among others. Through her extensive research and first-hand experiences, she paints a vivid picture of the challenges, frustrations, and ethical dilemmas that these aid workers face on a daily basis. The book is divided into three main parts: the aid industry, the aid workers, and the aid recipients. In the first part, Polman provides an overview of the history and structure of the humanitarian aid industry, beginning with the founding of the Red Cross in the aftermath of the Battle of Solferino in 1859. She goes on to discuss the evolution of the industry, including the rise of non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and the increasing role of the private sector in providing aid. Polman also explores the complex relationship between governments, international organizations, and NGOs, highlighting the power dynamics and competing interests that can shape the delivery of aid. The second part of the book focuses on the individuals who make up the humanitarian aid workforce. Polman profiles a diverse group of aid workers from around the world, including doctors, nurses, logisticians, administrators, and security personnel. She describes the motivations that drive these individuals to choose such a demanding and often dangerous career path, as well as the challenges they face in trying to maintain their own mental and physical health while working in high-stress environments. One of the central themes of this section is the sense of burnout and disillusionment that many aid workers experience over time as they grapple with the seemingly intractable nature of the problems they are trying to address. The third and final part of the book examines the impact of humanitarian aid on those it is intended to help. Polman discusses the various ways in which aid can both help and hinder the recovery of conflict-affected populations, focusing on issues such as the dependency created by long-term aid, the distortion of local economies, and the potential for aid to exacerbate existing power imbalances. She also explores the ethical dilemmas faced by aid workers when they are forced to make difficult decisions about who to help and how best to allocate limited resources. Throughout the book, Polman provides numerous examples of the challenges faced by humanitarian aid workers in the field. One of the most striking themes is the constant struggle to maintain neutrality and impartiality in the face of conflict and political instability. Aid workers must navigate complex political landscapes, often working alongside both government forces and rebel groups, while trying to remain true to their organizational mandates. This can lead to tensions within organizations and among individual aid workers, as well as increased risk of kidnapping, extortion, and other forms of violence. Another recurring theme is the issue of sexual exploitation and abuse within the aid industry. Polman documents numerous cases of aid workers engaging in sexual relationships with those they are supposed to be helping, as well as instances of child prostitution and trafficking that flourish in the midst of humanitarian crises. She also discusses the challenges faced by organizations in trying to prevent and respond to such abuses, including the reluctance of victims to come forward and the difficulty of investigating and prosecuting perpetrators in fragile states. Crisis Caravan also highlights the importance of mental health and psychological support for aid workers. Polman describes the prevalence of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and other mental health issues among those who work in conflict zones, as well as the lack of adequate resources and support available to them. She argues that addressing this issue is critical not only for the well-being of individual aid workers, but also for the effectiveness of the organizations they serve. In conclusion, Crisis Caravan provides a thought-provoking and nuanced examination of the humanitarian aid industry and the individuals who dedicate their lives to it. Through her extensive research and first-hand accounts, Linda Polman challenges readers to rethink their assumptions about the nature of aid work and the impact it has on those it is intended to help. The book is essential reading for anyone interested in understanding the complex realities of modern humanitarianism and the ethical dilemmas that arise in the pursuit of global justice.